Greek scholar Claudius Ptolemy was a hugely important geographer and astronomer working in ancient Rome. In 150 AD, Ptolemy wrote a textbook entitled the Geographia, which earned him the title the father of geography. Ptolemy was a classic Renaissance man. He was a Roman citizen who lived in Alexandria, Egypt, and wrote scientific texts in Greek. He was not only a geographer, but a mathematician, astrologer, and even a poet. Ptolemy authored several scientific papers that resonated for centuries with many ancient civilizations, including Islamic and European scientists. Most of us know him for the Ptolemaic or Earth-centered model of our solar system. Ptolemy's model, laid out in the 2nd century, described the motion of the stars and planets reasonably well for the time, and his work, the Almagest, is one of the most important surviving works we know about early Greek astronomy. In the Almagest, Ptolemy laid out a map of the heavens. His geocentric model of the universe served as the predominant cosmological system throughout the ancient world, including ancient Greece and ancient Roman periods, until about the late 1500s when the heliocentric model of Galileo, Copernicus, and Kepler gained ground in the scientific community. In the Geographia, he laid out a map of the Earth. His work offered information to map makers that estimated the size of the Earth and the geographic coordinates for the positions of all places indicated on the map. Until a copy of Geographia was translated from Greek into Latin in 1407, all knowledge of these coordinates had been lost. The book was revolutionary as it challenged the very basis of medieval map making. Prior to Ptolemy, map makers had based the proportions of countries on the importance of different places, rather than mathematical calculations. Thus, the more important a country was, the bigger it appeared on the map. Unfortunately, many of Ptolemy's calculations were later proved to be incorrect. However, he introduced mathematics and the idea of accurate measurements, which later became integral to the nature of European map making. Ptolemy's book provided a list of over 8,000 locations known to Greco-Roman civilization, mostly centered on the Mediterranean. He invented the concepts of latitude and longitude, a mapping system still commonly used today. Ptolemy's book also provided a written description how to draw world maps using a grid of intersecting lines known as a graticule. Locations on his maps stretched from the Canary Islands in the west to Korea in the east. Iceland is the northernmost point. There is no Pacific or American landmass, and South Africa is joined to Asia. The text of Geographia reached Europe from Constantinople around 1400 AD, and both Marco Polo and Christopher Columbus added extensively to Ptolemy's maps, based on their own explorations around the globe. In more recent times, geographers had renewed interest in Ptolemy and his Geographia. In 2006, a new edition of Ptolemy's Geographia was published in Switzerland, the first complete Greek text published since the 1840s.